you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks. What's up YouTube? Pilot 0083 back here with the third tutorial with the Boeing 747-8 Intercontinental. This will be the one where we do the approach and ILS landing. Now, and you might be wondering, why are we starting on this screen? Well, I just want to clear some things up for those who are not sure on how to set up the ILS flight so they can get that ILS landing and catch that glide slope. So I'm going to do just a very quick tutorial right here on how to set up your flight plan to do this so you can achieve this if you're lost at any point of why you're not getting the glide slope or anything. So first things first, I'm just going to continue the flight plan I've been doing through this series. Go to KTL right here, which is what I'm going to do. Atlanta here. So that's going to be my departure. And then I'm going to land at, let me see. Let me see what I want here. What's it? Okay, Orlando. Alright, so once you have chosen your arrival, which I did not choose it as arrival, but here we go. So once you choose it as your arrival, now I'm going to go up here to where it says VFR Direct GPS. You need to go to IFR. There's low altitude and high altitude airways. This plane being such a big plane, we are going to choose high altitude airways. Alright. And I'm not sure what's going on, why we lost a land up there. Okay, there it goes. So our departure is Atlanta, our arrival is Orlando. So choose where you want to depart from, and then choose where you want to arrive. And then, like I said, go over here, click on High Altitude Airways under IFR, and then you'll get these two new boxes over here. Departures and arrivals, which we're not worried about departures at this moment. That's not really important. But we will set up our approach and our landing. So for arrivals, you can't just do a direct arrival to the runway. It's much easier that way. But for some realism, we're going to choose our waypoint of when we want to approach. So first, let me choose the runway I want. So let's just do ILS 17. And disclaimer, it has to be a ILS runway if you're going to catch the glide slope. If it's anything that's not ILS, there's not going to be a glide slope signal to catch. So it's got to be that. And then from there, go to arrivals, and then you're going to choose your approach waypoint, the point where you're going to start your approach. So you could choose any of these. I'm going to choose Sinfield. We'll call it Seinfeld. Why not? All right. So now when we zoom in here, all right, we will see now all these waypoints, noom and stuff. So this here, Tugel, GTAL, okay. So this here, this green line, is basically where our descent is going to start from our cruising altitude, which will probably be 42,000 feet. And by the point we get to, where was it? We lost it. When we get to, is it here? When we, yeah, okay, so the point we get to here, Sinfield, which you see right up here as well, we need to be at 10,000, oh, see right here, we need to be at 10,000 feet. So from starting up there to here, we need to make sure we're at 10,000 feet when we hit this approach waypoint. And then from there, we're going to still slowly descend until we hit 2,300 feet. And that's when we will come in here. Got to be at 2,300 feet or lower so we can catch our glide slope. If you're above 2,300 feet, you won't catch it. You'll be too high and you'll miss it. And we'll come in here at that 2,300 feet, lock onto our glide slope, and just come right on in for a nice, very smooth landing. Alright. I probably should show us a bigger runway, but we'll roll with this one. Why not? So, let's go ahead and get to this landing. I'm going to go over some things at the very beginning of this, though, at the runway, and then we'll jump shot to the air right before our approach, just so I can go over a couple things you need to know before we start to bring this plane in. So I'll see you in a minute. Alright guys, so here we are. We're back. We're inside the plane, and the only reason we're starting at the runway at this moment is just because I'm going to go over a couple things that you need to know once we're coming in for our approach. Just some simple things. So if we come down here to our FMS system, you can click on legs, and here we can see all our waypoints for this whole flight, and you'll even see my approach waypoint right here because this flight's not long. And you can see the speed that we should be at in this flight plan, and our autopilot will be keeping us to this. You will also see our altitude of what we should be at, 42,000 feet. But there's just one little issue though. But before I show you that issue, you can click next page, see all your waypoints still, 42,000 feet, and then it hits this, and then it brings us right on down to right here, to runway 17 left. But the issue is that the approach in this flight plan right here in this computer is still broken in this sim. It hasn't been fully fixed yet. So you see right here at GTALT, it shows us at 42,000 feet. And then it shows us 6 miles later being at 7,650 feet. That is very unrealistic unless we're trying to crash the plane. So there's some ways around this. One way being, the way I normally do, is just listen to ATC. ATC usually in this game is pretty good at guiding you and telling you the descent you need to be at, the altitude you need to be at, and the speed you need to be below when coming in. 80-90% of the time. Not always, because sometimes they say some crazy stuff as well and they're not correct. But most of the time they're pretty spot on. So I listen to them, and then I just monitor everything going on and just correct accordingly. So if I go back to our very thing here, so I do know that Sinfield here is where I need to be at 10,000 feet altitude. So at Nick, which is where I'll start, so right after I'm done with this, we'll start to descend from our 42,000 feet to our 10,000 feet, which is our starting approach right here at Sinfield. So at Nick, 42,000 feet is where we'll start this, and then we'll start our descent so we can hit our approach at where we should be at 10,000 feet. And then we'll continue to go on. And then by the time we hit, say, Toggle here, which says 7650, we'll go ahead and probably have her down to 3,000, 4,000, and then have her at 2,300 feet, probably by CETO, maybe one waypoint before, because this is going to happen pretty fast. Another way you could correct this, which I could do it in another video, is there's a site you can go to. I've never used it, but I know a lot of people do. It's called SimBrief. And you could put in this same flight plan that you're doing, put in the same information that we did on the previous screen, and then key that in our FMS computer here, and it will actually give us the correct altitudes and speeds to this airport like we would very realistically. But we will manage this just fine. As we go along, we'll just listen to ATC and just see, and like I said, and we'll just monitor it as we go. So it's not going to be a big issue whatsoever. So just the biggest thing is to realize is when you're, or what your approach is, which I showed you on the previous screen. Mine was Sinfield. So click on the X. Mine is right here. That's where I need. That's when I need to be at 10,000 feet. So I know when I get to Nick here that I need to start descending. And in my last few flights, ATC, like I said, has been really good at get me where I need to be, and ATC has been doing it correctly and not going off of this. So we'll just watch it all as we go. Only other thing I guess I need to show you is go up here to init ref, go to approach, and right here we can see our landing speed of what we're going to be landing at. So this is the speed we need to have the plane at before we land. So this is the speed we want to have it basically at right before or during our glide slope lock, 159 knots, and we want to have 30 degrees of flaps. Alright, and actually in this plane, which is really helpful, you'll see like 1 degree, 5 degree, 10 degrees start to come down in green just like this as we're slowing our speeds down in our approach, telling us when we need to lower our flaps and what they need to be. So I'll show you that once we're there. So in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and get us back out there. So I'll see y'all again in just a minute, guys. What's up, guys? We're back. Alright, we are now just about to hit Nick right here, which is right before we're going to start doing our descent to 10,000 feet to Sinfield, which y'all saw me set up in my flight plan just a minute ago. ATC's been pretty good so far at getting me to descend and ascend in the right time, but this last little bit has been a little sloppy with them. I've actually did this flight 3 times before this final recording just to see how ATC was on all of them, see if it was the same. And the first one was great, the second one was great, third one was very rapid, horrible, not realistic, and this one might be that way too. So we're just going to monitor it, but we're going to go ahead and start getting our descent down to 10,000 feet. So go over here to your altitude. Click that in, 10,000 feet. And once we hit 10,000 feet, guys, we're going to go ahead and turn on our landing lights up here. So keep an eye out for that. I'm going to throw in a little bit of air brake here to help us get our descent going here. You could also use your vertical speed control, which I showed y'all in the previous video, but I like using the speed brake in situations like this. I feel like I have more control. So got that going. Some things to remember real quick. Write them down if you need to. At 2,500 feet, we'll put down landing gear. At 2,300 feet, that's where we need to be to catch the glide slope. We need to be at 2,300 feet or lower. And on top of that, unlike the A320, we don't click no ILS button for those dots to pop up. And the 747, you need to be on approach or map, and this map's information mode. and those dots are going to pop up automatically, those little white dots, and you'll see your magenta diamonds as soon as you're close enough for those to pop up. So pretty neat little feature that you don't have to actually turn on to see that. That's going to come on by itself as long as you're in approach or map. But anyway, we're descending.
Maintain flight level 310, keep speed not above 280 knots, Boeing 007.
Yeah, ATC issue here is being wonky, so we are going to go ahead and slow down, say 200 miles per hour. But yeah, the first couple flights, ATC was great. You talk about being 31,000 feet when we are already halfway through our approach. So
Cessna 7 Delta Delta, contact Daytona, approach on 118.85. Good day.
like I said, just gotta monitor it.
Boeing 007, contact Orlando, approach on 135.
Now watch them drop us. Watch them drop us heavy.
118.85, Cessna 7 Delta Delta.
So we're 30 miles out, so we're doing good. Remember earlier I talked about the flaps right here on the left. That one right there.
Boeing November Echo 007, Orlando, approach
First set of flaps.
9.2, continue to Banya as planned.
We got 5 degrees right there, so we go ahead and put in 5 degrees of flaps. Ah. Alright, I just saw 10 over there. We'll go ahead and put that in. So we see our dots yet? Not yet. We're getting right there above 10,000 feet. Go ahead and turn our lights on. Perfect. Oh, there they are. There's our beautiful white dots. Our first magenta diamond right there. Our localizer. So same thing with the A320. As soon as they get lined up here in the middle, we'll click this one. We'll click lock on that one for localizer and approach for that one. And those two buttons are right over here. But now we are at 10,000. Let's go ahead and drop this bad boy down. I'm going to go ahead. Normally I'd go and drop it down to like 5, but since this is a tutorial, we'll do 2,200 feet because it's better to be too low than too high when you're trying to catch the glide slope, because if you're too high, you're going to miss it. So for this tutorial, I'll go ahead and get us right there to make sure we don't miss it, just so y'all can see how this works. Now they're trying to drop us. Go ahead and drop the speed.
Expect ILS runway 18 right approach via Hullop transition cleared to Hullop Boeing 007.
To 190.
Orlando departure JetBlue 1405 is passing 5,200 feet, climbing 10,000 feet. JetBlue 140.
All right, so we're already 20 degree flaps already. At 7,500 feet, we will set our speed to 180, and at 6,500 feet, we will set it to our landing speed, which will be 160. And other than that, guys, we're good. Just remember what I said about this up here, about the maps information mode. It has to be in approach or map mode, which it's normally in default in a map mode. So, but it has to be in that for you to see your glide slope. We have our first magenta diamond moving right there, our approach one. So we'll go ahead and lock that as soon as we're almost in the middle of it. And boom. Slow our speed down again. 160. Boom. Alright, so that's our landing speed, so we're good there. At 2,500 feet, like I said, we will put down our landing gear. Woo, got some clouds. Alright, now we're going to turn left here. Autopilot's got us going good. Everything's looking good. Alright, see how far we are away. We are 19 miles away, guys. Some very important information I'm going to tell you real quick as well. As we are about to hit the runway, not only do we turn off our autopilot like we do in the A320, but we also got to turn off our auto throttle. If you do not turn off that auto throttle, you will be stuck with the throttle that you are at, which is 160, and you're going to crash. Or you're going to overshoot the runway. We'll go ahead and put down our landing gear. We're below 2,500 feet. We got our localizer diamond coming in, so that's good. We'll go ahead and move our brake here. Normally in real life they set it to 2 or 3, but we'll set it to 4. I'm sorry, they set it to 4 or 3. They usually don't do max auto because that would throw you to your seat. I normally do it at 3. We'll set it at 4 just to make sure, because we are landing on a shorter runway. And in this plane, guys, put these air flaps back up. In this plane, guys, unlike the A320, the glide slope capture happens very fast. A320 gives you a good bit of time. It's like it has a further out signal on catching these. But in this plane, I mean, it's fast. Sometimes it's really fast. Alright, so we're locked there. Our approach did not lock, so it'll come back down. We're probably just too far out.
Boeing 007, you are 12 miles north of Orlando. Contact Orlando Tower on 124.3 when inbound.
Tower on 124.3 Boeing 007. Orlando Tower Boeing November Echo 007 11 miles north inbound ILS runway 18 right approach.
10 miles out, guys. Speed looks good. Go ahead.
Cleared ILS runway 18 right
Drop
approach,
those to
Boeing
30 for
007.
us. Alright. So we still got our localizer, just waiting on our approach to come back down. Come on, baby. Don't fail us. There we come. There she comes. She's coming. She looks gorgeous. She's coming quick. All right. hit that caution light just a minute. Boom. Now you'll see right here, GS, glide slope is locked. Alright, so now we are just waiting to put her down.
Boeing 007, follow the aircraft on final. 1277 at 7.
Glide slope looks good. Speed's at 160.
Cleared to land runway 18 right, Boeing 007.
So the only thing we need to be prepared for is to throw off that auto throttle and to throw off autopilot, which I'm going to disengage autopilot on my joystick, and I'll click that auto throttle button inside the cockpit here. Got a little lag going on here. Alright, 800 feet. I don't know why we're getting a lag as we're coming in to land. Not much activity going on. Alright, 500. Alright. 400. Go ahead and turn off auto throttle. Turn off autopilot.
Boeing 007, go around.
100, 50, 40, 30, 20.
Flare.
Southwest tree 068, go around.
Reverse thrusters.
Going around Southwest Tree 068.
Southwest tree 068, contact Orlando approach on 119.4. Good day.
Alright, we're under 60. Reverse thrusters off. Yeah, I don't know why I started getting that sudden lag as I was coming in at the airport. Sorry about that, guys. Not sure what that was about. But we are here. We did it. You did it. And that's how it's done, guys. It's not as intimidating as it looks. I know it seems a little bit intimidating, but it's not, guys. I hope this video really helped y'all. If y'all liked this video and if y'all learned anything, please hit that subscribe button, share it, hit the like. It really helps me out, guys. And always, thank y'all for watching my videos. I'll see y'all next time. Thank you so much for watching another one of my videos. If you like this video, please hit the subscribe and like button. And as always, until next time, happy flying, guys. Pilot 0083, signing off.